First up, we have our keynote, Kim Nyoni. Kim is the Assistant Vice President of Development here in UF Advancement. He oversees development teams for, I believe, journalism, DCP, Health and Human Performance, the UF Libraries, Levin College of Law, and the Whitney Labs in St. Augustine. He has been here for about 9 months now, so he's relatively new, but he is already making his impact felt here in Advancement and in the community. He is a member of the Gainesville Rotary Club, loves some good food and a great bottle of wine. He is also an avid sports fan, football in particular. While he is a Gator, he remains a lifelong Raiders fan, which we will not hold against him as he is a season ticket holder. And Kim has also been personally impactful in helping those of us who are in mid-level careers, beginning out and even senior, with some really important mentorship opportunities. So thank you, Kim, for that as well. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Kim.
Thank you, everybody. All right, good morning, everyone. It's always a great day to be a Florida Gator. I'm glad to be here with you. So I'm gonna go through a little exercise of talking about alignment and why alignment is important for any professional that wants to have a fulfilling career, not just here, but anywhere. So, Mike. My talk today is about alignment. 8 reasons why mission alignment can lead to a fulfilling career. So here we go. When we talk about mission as a professional, you ask yourself, what are you talking about? Well, the mission of any organization is the why of that organization, is why do we exist? Here at UF Foundation, what are we about? Who do we serve? What is our purpose? The mission defines how business is conducted and what outcomes we expect from what we do. Again, it's all about the why. So, mission. I want to talk to you about why I'm here, what's my mission, and how I ended up at UF Foundation. So, in our profession, you get opportunities to work for many different organizations. They tell you this, they tell you that, tell whatever. And I went through that journey early in my career where it was all about, you know what? I have to make a living. I have to go somewhere cool, and I got to do, the things that we always do. You got to have fun. But then over time, I found myself moving around, but it was not fulfilling. I did not feel that I was really at a place where I was, sort of like living my mission. About 3 years ago, I was at that point. I've been in this business for a long time. I've worked for many great institutions. And I'm like, I just raised money. It's a rut. I'm kind of tired. Maybe I should go work in the private sector. But then I went to Harvard Graduate School of Education to do an executive education program. And they asked us to define our mission. And I had to really sit down and think about why I do what I do. And in the end, I came out with one mission. And that mission statement was to unshackle greatness. Because I believe in any one of us, in each one of us, we have greatness in us. We have things that drive us. But for leaders, it's our duty and responsibility to remove all the barriers and obstacles that, sort of prevent you from realizing your dreams and your potential. And I went back to campus. I remember one of my colleagues said, man, like, you're so energized. Like, what happened to you? I said, well, I went to that place, that really stuck up place, and it got me back to my core of who I was and what I'm about. And to this day, when I had the opportunity to come to UF Advancement, I went back to why I do what I do. And I believe in the power of public education in changing lives and building economies. And when I look at UF, I saw a place that was about that. That's what we do at UF. Our students go out and do a great job. They're talented. They found companies. They do all sorts of things. And our research and technological advancements, they shape the world. So when I got the opportunity to come here, I felt that the mission of UF and the mission of who I am was aligned. So one of the things I talk about is, how do you know if you're aligned to the mission of the organization? Well, I'll tell you this. When the organization's mission connects to your purpose for who you are and what you're about, you'll know you're aligned. When you're at a point where compensation is great, yeah, I'm making good living, but that does not drive me. I believe in the mission of what we're doing. That's what we're about. Cultural alignment. Do you feel that you're part of this organization? This is a family. Like you have personal ownership. That's when you know you're aligned. When the vision drives you. What am I talking about? When we talk about we're going greater, we want to be the top 5 university in the country, we want to be whatever, because we know that being at that level is going to change everything that we do, is going to impact our state, and you believe that, that's when you know you're aligned. When challenges embolden you. I mean, let's face it. A few months ago, we had many headlines, all right? You have this, you have that, you have that. It's very easy to go and say, well, okay, oh shucks, this is terrible. But the way I look at it, man, no, we're not going back down. We're going to go, right? This is our university. We buy into it and we believe in it. That's when you know you're aligned. When work is not a chore, what am I talking about? Well, everybody knows every Monday you wake up in the morning, oh gosh, I got to go to work. Oh, it's Monday. That happens. But there's the rest of the day. There's the rest of the week. When you go to work and you're energized, say, you know what, despite of me having to deal with, Seth over there and his stuff, I'm like, well, you know what? I'm excited to go work with Seth because we're going to get something done, baby. That's when you know you're aligned. And when you can bring your authentic self. I believe firmly authenticity, okay? Each one of us is an authentic human being that brings something unique to our workplace. When you can be that, you know you're aligned. When you can have fun. I like to have fun with my colleagues. I like to have conversation. I like to call a day and say, hey, man, tell me something about Gainesville that I don't know. Let's go somewhere and have a drink, and let's go somewhere and have fun. Guess what? That's because we're colleagues, and I appreciate him and what he brings to the table, and I'm saying, yeah, let's go. And lastly, when you're invested in doing your best for as long as you're on the team, what do I mean by that? Well, I would like for you to be here forever, but we know that's not reality. But all I say is, for as long as you're here, bring your A game. You're invested in what we're trying to do. I'm here and I believe in everything that we do. You may not be right. You may not look a certain way, but when you're invested in investing in the now, that's when you know you're aligned. So, there's the other side of things. How do you know this is not you or you're not aligned? Well, there are times when I'm sure you have gone somewhere, you were at a workplace where you say, oh gosh, I'm just here for the day. This is a great job. Maybe it's the best thing in town. So the mission doesn't really excite me. I'm just working here for the paycheck. I don't feel that the organizational culture is about me. I don't feel a sense of ownership. What do I mean by that? We always talk about taking care of resources that we're provided at the workplace and blah, blah, blah. Some people will go and say, well, I don't care. Whatever I do, I just do what I do. You worry about job security. Early in my career, you know what I was doing? I was in places where I was not fulfilled. And I'm like, okay, highered.com. Hey, what's up? What's going on here? What do you have? That's a sign that you're not aligned. You can't connect or confide with your colleagues. I strongly believe in that, You have to have somebody in your organization that can say, Heather, I'm having a bad day. Can we talk about this? And Heather can say, yes. Okay, I'll hear you out, and let's, the X, Y, and Z, and I feel good because I have that connection. Going to work is not a chore, and you can't be authentic. But, there's a big but. Lack of alignment does not mean lack of opportunity. What do I mean by that? You may not be aligned, but there's room for you to figure out how you can be. Which is why connecting with your colleagues and others, say, hey, I'm having a hard time about this situation. Maybe I'm not understanding this cultural thing that we have here. Maybe, help me understand that. There's a way to overcome. You have a chance to explore ways to be aligned. Mike, I'm getting one more minute because I was like, so how do I know if I'm not aligned? Well, I'll tell you one quick story. I'm going to go on. So years ago, I started my career at University of California, Berkeley. Great place, blah, 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 Berkeley. So somebody comes and tells me at Case Conference, hey, there's this university in the Midwest. You got to go there. We're going to pay you a ton of money, blah, blah, blah. And I say, well, I'm going to make a ton of money. Let's go. So I went there. Man, let me tell you something. The culture was terrible. I went to a place where, you could not be yourself, where everybody feared for their job every day. And it was just so cutthroat and an antithesis to where I grew up in Nebraska, where it's so much a community-oriented environment. And back in California, Berkeley, where we all talk about team. And I ended up lasting there 6 months. And I was like, I'm out, And so as I look back to that, I say, never make a decision based on money. Because I left a very good culture to go to a place where they were paying me a lot, but I was miserable. And so today I say, life is too short to be miserable. Life is too short for you to be at a place where it's all just about money and it's not about personal fulfillment. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So here are the 8 reasons why I believe mission alignment is critical. Number 1, when you're aligned, you focus on the why. Why are we here? We're here for our students, faculty, staff, state of Florida to make a difference. And we're here for our teammates to ensure that they have a gold standard experience with our organization, that they have life fulfillment. When you're aligned, you build trust internally and externally. Okay? If I go to Aaron, if I go to Seth, if I go to Rick and I say, hey, let's work on a project, and they realize that it's not about Kim, it's about us, they're going to work with me. But if it's all about me wanting to get my, I got to have, I closed a $10 million gift, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to want to work with me. That guy just wants to be himself and make look good, and that's that. And the donors are going to realize that you're so mission focused. They're going to want you to be successful. There's an emphasis on donor-centric engagement. What do I mean by that? Well, oftentimes you get an opportunity where somebody comes and drops $10 million in front of your face and say, well, okay, we want to do this. But you have to be the person that says, this is not in the best interest of the University of Florida, nor is it in the best interest of you as an individual. Now you say, well, what? So you're going to say no? Absolutely. If it does not meet the donor's interest, it does not meet the University of Florida's interest, we're done. So that's when you know you're aligned. You can make those decisions because you want to create a win-win situation for everybody. Okay, I'll go quickly. It fosters collaboration across the entire organization, like I talk about working with these folks and colleagues in this place. And it positions you to be the best partner with our academic leadership. So as DOs, and everybody here in this room, regardless of where you are, you know that our academic leaders look upon us to help them refine their mission and vision and what they're trying to do. So when they know that your interest is in the best interest of them and what they're trying to do, it is not just about you, they're going to want to work with you. No brainer. It puts priority on long-term outcomes. I just talked about that. Create better alignment with cylinders of excellence across campus. What do I mean by that? Silos. We're an academic environment. There are tons of silos. So imagine, we're doing fundraising work. You have, a faculty council. You have campus planning, so on and so forth. If all of them know that, Kim is only interested in advancing Florida, and he's only interested in helping this project be successful, they're going to want to work with me. But if they know that I'm not a partner and I'm just here for me, not going to work. And lastly, when you're aligned, your manager, your colleagues, they're going to realize that, this person needs to be in our organization. We want them to be successful. And they're going to be the biggest advocates for you to grow upward or wherever you want to go. I look at people that I've had a privilege of working with or supervising that always brought the A game and they're always team players. And guess what? Every opportunity that I had to help them out, I'll run through the wall for them because I believe in it. So, if you take anything away from my ramblings, here are the key takeaways that I want you to consider. We are part of a noble profession that changed lives. I don't know if you think about our profession that way, but I do. There's not a career in this planet that gets to do what we do. We have fun and we change lives, okay? We get it done. We collectively have a responsibility to take care of each other within the organization that invests in us. Each one of us. What do I mean by that? Help each other be successful. My day, when I get up, I'm thinking about what can I do to make Mike Sopko happy? What can I do to ensure that my team can be the best team that they can be to work with him? Every career decision we make should be informed by our mission and core values. Have you thought about your core values? Have you thought about your mission? Why are you here? Why do you do what you do? Write that down and think about it. And as you consider opportunities within our organization, think about what is it that drives me. When our work is our mission, our values will unpack tremendous opportunities for growth. What do I mean by that? When you're living your mission, I see that you're living your mission. I'm like, the values you bring forth let me know that you're invested in what we're trying to do. And I'm going to work my darnest, hardest to make sure that you're successful. That may mean more responsibilities that we provide. That may mean, opportunity for you to have a greater impact. But in all, just be authentic, be true. And with that, I'm going to stop talking. It's great to be a Florida Gators. Okay? Thank you for having me here. Go Gators.